Hi there, as usually it's me, just a voiceover. You're watching Review Machines, and I'm so glad to see you again in this beautiful spring. Today we have a review one of the most anticipated ATV in the industry. This time the manufacturer is showcasing its new model, wheeled all-terrain vehicle Tinger TF4 Pro. Despite looking similar to its predecessor, the design is already different. We'll see that in a moment, and then head off for some exciting tests. It's going to be an exciting route, so without being said, let's get started. First of all, it stands out that the vehicle is quite big, 4500 mm in length, 2500 mm in width, and 2550 mm in height. And the curb weight is 1800 kilos in this trim. The exterior is mostly inherited from its predecessor. In my opinion, the design is stylish and memorable, quite aggressive and bright. The cab and the enclosed body look well proportionate, and the modern lighting also plays a part in the overall impression of the new model. The vehicle still features an articulated frame, but now the articulation has only 1 degree of freedom, which significantly improves stability. Let's take a look under the hood, where another new solution awaits. Instead of 3-cylinder engine, the vehicle now features a 90 horsepower fuel-injected 4-cylinder engine with 1.6 cc. The engine is more powerful, and it works with a mechanical 5-speed transmission. To see how the drivetrain is arranged, let's look underneath. The power goes from the gearbox to a transfer case, and from there to reinforced axles with heavy-duty main gears, an increased gear ratio, and reinforced axle shafts. This setup provides full-time all-wheel drive with a low-range gear, centered differential lock, and optional wheel differential locks. One of the most important innovations. The vehicle now features a fully fledged suspension system, a long travel suspension with 4 arms, springs and shock absorbers. The suspension was designed specially for this model, so the TF4 Pro now combines effective off-road articulation with SUV comfort, something we will definitely test in our practice. Also worth noting, unlike its predecessor, which used a driveline brake, the new model is equipped with disc brakes on each wheel. Today, helping us test the vehicle is a true professional off-road driver, a multiple-time competition and trophy raid winner, Alexander. Many thanks to him. At idle, the engine is barely audible, even up close. And even when revving it, the engine runs quietly. As we've already noted, the frame here has 1 degree of freedom. With a suspension setup like this, it couldn't be otherwise. The articulation of the hinge mechanism is controlled by 2 powerful hydraulic cylinders mounted here. As a result, the vehicle maneuvers quickly, and as you can see, the steering wheel is very easy to turn. The vehicle is equipped with original low-pressure tires sized 1400 mm diameter and 650 width. The wheels can be fitted with additional tanks. The machine features a central tire inflation system controlled from the cab. The inflation is handled by a powerful turbine, and the pressure is adjusted quickly. You can inflate all tires simultaneously or separately by axle, which is useful on steep climbs and descents. Let's take a look inside. You are greeted by fine interior and a familiar car-like layout. Steering wheel, pedals, gearbox, everything is where you'd expect it to be. The main vehicle functions are controlled with large convenient buttons, featuring clear icons and backlighting. The dashboard has a distinctive stylish design, attractive and functional, with all the necessary information. There is a heater for cold weather. The driver and passenger seats are adjustable, and the windshield tilts forward. Now let's look at the rear compartment. The enclosed body has been enlarged. It's now 30 centimeters longer. Inside, the dimensions are 2 meters in length, 170 centimeters in width, and 142 centimeters in height. The access is through a rear door that doubles as a convenient ladder. The interior has lighting. In standard, there are 2 benches along the sides for passengers, which can be widened to create a sleeping area. With my height of 190 centimeters, plus a helmet and boots, I fit inside just fine. A handy storage box is mounted under the front seat. There is a roof hatch, and the side windows have sliding vents. An optional standalone heater is also available. The new Tinger comes with a stylish modern lighting package. The running lights with animation, powerful front lighting, turn signals, position lights and brake lights, everything is included. The body can be optionally equipped with a roll cage, a heavy-duty front bumper and a rear ladder. The front winch and reinforced mirrors can also be added. And for the most part, we've covered all the key features of the new all-terrain vehicle. Now it's time to test them in action. Let's go! First of all, I am looking forward to test the new ATV myself. It's great that the vehicle is very intuitive to drive. Everything feels like a regular manual car, so there won't be any issues with getting used to it. There are a few moments when maneuvering with an articulated frame, but otherwise it's very straightforward. The steering wheel is light and the shifter engaged clearly. The ATV is responsive and accelerates quickly. Most importantly, thanks to the suspension, the ride comfort is now comparable to a large SUV. Meantime, I will hand the wheel back to our professional rider, and let's try to pick up some speed. With the new engine, the ATV is noticeably faster, while remaining stable even at high speeds. The hinge axis of the frame has a tilt. When turning, the vehicle's center of gravity shifts toward the direction of the maneuver, providing additional stability. There is no asphalt nearby, so we will make it here. But even here, we are managing to reach about 77 km per hour, which as far as I know is a record speed for an articulated frame all-terrain vehicle. The suspension is long travel, but at speed the vehicle remains stable and doesn't wallow, thanks to well-tuned shocks. The ride is comfortable both up front and in the rear compartment, and that's with the tires fully inflated. It's also worth noting that the ATV is equipped for use on public roads if needed, but its natural habitat is definitely off-road. So enough smooth roads for today. We've come to our first obstacle, a fairly steep sandy hill. The full-time all-wheel drive and aggressive tread handle it with ease. But this obstacle is interesting for another reason. Let's watch again. In this section, the ATV demonstrates low-range operation. There is enough engine torque to climb the hill even at idle, pretty impressive. But let's move on. We move through the forest and come across a classic obstacle, a fairly deep ditch. The zero front overhang and nearly zero rear overhang help us to overcome it. Throw cage protects the body from damage if we hit something. As a result, we cross the ditch in both directions without much difficulty. On our way, we come across a small shady forest lake, still partially covered with ice. Without any hesitation, we push forward. The lake is mostly shallow, so the ATV mainly grips the bottom with its wheels, only occasionally floating up. So water obstacles can be crossed if needed. The ATV stays afloat remarkably well and can move through water using wheel rotation. The engine and drivetrain have enough power to plow through old fairly thick ice like a small icebreaker. An impressive sight, I must say. Meanwhile, we've reached a truly vast swamp, a valley with a bog mat stretching to the horizon. In places like this, an all-terrain vehicle is the only means of travel, and even then it's recommended to move in a group of at least 2 vehicles, so the crew can be evacuated in case of a breakdown. Today, however, we only have one ATV, but the team is so confident in their machine that we press forward as part of the test. The ability to quickly adjust the pressure from the cap allows it to adapt to current conditions. We let a bit of air out, and the ATV races across the bog mat without tearing it up. The vehicle comes with an enlarged 75 liters fuel tank, providing up to 10 hours of driving without refueling. For hot weather, there is an upgraded cooling system with additional forced fan in the engine compartment. After plenty of driving across the bog mat, we decided to up the difficulty and go straight to the holes in the mat into the swampy mire below. Notice how well the articulated frame works at the first sights of getting stuck. With a few movements of the sections, the vehicle pops right out of the tricky spots. And here, we deliberately drove into one of the deepest and most difficult holes in the rear. At this point, it's better not to push the throttle, but to crawl with steady torque, low range engaged and all differential locked. Slowly, twisting like a snake, we move forward, fully demonstrating the vehicle's capability. A thrilling sight, isn't it? And now it's time for our favorite topic, talking about prices. As usual, a quick summary. The Tinger TF4 Pro is a stylish, fast, comfortable all-terrain vehicle, and more importantly, it has excellent off-road capability. As for the price, as always, it depends heavily on the configuration. So I will only mention the base price, and the cost of the Tinger TF4 Pro is $38,000. Well, let's call it a day, my friends. Thanks for having a ride with us. Please post your comments what you think of this ATV. Consider watching another our video about similar vehicle. Stay with us. There will be many more interesting materials here. Goodbye.